And if you don't know, now you know, Dillian. What did I tell you guys? I've been saying it when the fight was announced. Dillian Whyte cannot take an uppercut. Everybody thought, oh, Dillian's going to do this. He's the body snatcher. I said, Tyson Fury is an all-time great. Dillian Whyte is not a guy we're going to look back in history and be like, man, that dude was going through the heavyweight division like a tsunami. No, he didn't even belong in the same ring with Tyson Fury. I could see the way Tyson Fury was jogging to the ring. He's like, I'm ready to get this thing going because the ring walk was so long. Dillian Whyte looked like he didn't know what he was doing. It looked like he was fighting in super slow motion, and he kept doing illegal tactics, putting his elbow or his forearm in Tyson Fury's Adam's apple area. Seemed like he was just making Tyson Fury more aggressive by doing that. And Tyson Fury was playing with him. He hardly broke a sweat. And it's like my dude Andrew Tucker was saying, Dillian wasn't setting anything up with the jab. Everything was just like lunging. He just kept lunging with these super slow hooks. Woo! That was a clinic. And it's like Timothy Bradley said on the post-fight show that Tyson Fury checks all the boxes. This dude can box. He's big. He's tall. He can punch. He knows how to adapt. His ring IQ is off the charts. For anybody to beat Tyson Fury, they almost have to fight a perfect fight. And that's hard to do because the dude's got heart too. Remember the story I said way back how he out-hearted Klitschko in the sauna? Klitschko liked to stay in the sauna longer than all the other fighters to show how mentally strong he was. And Tyson Fury stayed in that sauna until he left. He'd already won the mental battle before they fought. Tyson Fury just went in there and just beat Dillian Whyte from pillar to post. And I was doing the live stream with Andrew Tucker of Andrew Tucker World. Go subscribe if you haven't. And I was even talking about it this morning on BWTM Sports and Gaming with my dude Ingram. Shout out to him. Go subscribe if you haven't. And I said that Tyson Fury would stop Dillian, and in 5 rounds, it was 6 rounds. I'm glad I got an extra bonus round because I paid $70 for it. So I'm glad it went 6, but I knew it. Dillian Whyte cannot take an uppercut. I've been repeating myself. I said, if you hit Dillian Whyte with an uppercut, the trap door opens. What happened? He got hit with an uppercut, the trap door opened. Then Tyson Fury just pushed him for good measure. But it's like he didn't even belong in the same ring with Tyson Fury. And the uppercut didn't even seem to hit him in the chin. It kind of seemed to graze his cheek. But it was enough force to get him down. And when he tried to get up, the legs were gone. Another point I made. I've been saying Dillian Whyte's legs are gone. Even when he was walking to the ring, he was doing this weird little trot like he was trying to get his legs up underneath him. I don't think he'll ever be a force in the heavyweight division again against top-level fighters. I'm not dissing the dude, but just being honest. Because why make something up, you know? Shout out to him, you know, for getting in the ring with Fury, but you could see the difference in levels and skills. I mean, Tyson Fury was faster, he was stronger. Dillian was just lunging and doing all kind of crazy stuff, and it was just beautiful the way Tyson hit him with that jab and then came up with the uppercut. If I was going to fight Dillian Whyte, that's pretty much all I would do is work on and in every training camp I have, you know, going to fight Dillian, I just work on uppercuts, how to mask it. I think Tyson Fury knew the whole fight that he was going to get him out with an uppercut, so he just kept throwing other punches, you know, to get him used to that. And then when it was time, surprise, pow, I know your weakness. And Dillian Whyte just looked really slow to me. He looked amateurish. He had these wild lunging punches. He even threw his overhand right like an amateur. I'm like, who's this dude been sparring with? Like, it was bad. It was really bad. And I know he had Harold the Shadow Knight in his corner, or I thought he did. Lennox Lewis's trainer that was worked with Emmanuel Stewart, that was with Lewis his whole career. I didn't see him actually in the corner, but it was just a mopping. And I don't think Dillian would want a rematch because what could he do different except get knocked out quicker? And I'm not trying to diss Dillian or sound crazy or anything, but You finally get your chance. You've been doing all this talking, and then you get in the ring, seem like you're just freestyling it, and like you didn't have a game plan. And he talked. He was impressing me before the fight. How he was talking about he had to adapt, and that's what I always say. Boxing is a game of you have to adapt during the fight. So I thought, okay, his mind's in the right place. Then he gets in the ring, and he was looking exhausted to me after round two. I thought a better weight for him would have been in the lower 240s, and he's got long arms too, or not as long as Fury's, but you got to use your jab. You got long arms. You might have to throw 2 or 3 just to get in there, but them slow, wild hooks to the body just ain't gonna cut it. I mean, Tyson Fury just picked him apart. Looked like he probably had sparring sessions harder than that. But yeah. People were saying that's too soon. When I said Tyson Fury was going to knock out Dillian in 5 rounds, people laughing. No, it's not going to happen. What happened? I know my heavyweight boxing. Dillian Whyte does not belong in the same ring with Tyson Fury. Doesn't even belong in the same sentence with him. Tyson Fury is special. A good big man, like they say. I don't like cliches usually, but like they say, a good big man beats a good little man. And Tyson Fury's the best of the big men right now. I still think AJ could give him problems, maybe even Usyk, but you got to go with Fury. He's undefeated. I believe Usyk is too, though. But he was mainly getting those wins from cruiserweight. Tyson Fury's a real deal. Just the TKO in round 6. And what's next for Dillian? I don't know, but you might want to start thinking about doing something else at this point. You know, he was accusing AJ of losing his aggressiveness, and then he comes into the ring with sloppy aggressiveness. I mean, just the overhand rights were just terrible. He was slow, and I kept noticing even at the beginning of the fight when I thought he won round 1. After that, I didn't give him another round, but he kept throwing punches and ended up in this position. And any good fighter or trainer knows if you square up, you can push him off balance. You can easily do anything. And you saw when Tyson Fury hit him with the uppercut, he pushed him and he went down. You can't square up. You got to stay at an angle. You have better balance, and then you limit the target. How am I knowing this and I'm not pro and Dillian's a pro? When Dillian goes back and looks at the tape, he's going to realize how bad he looked probably. I don't really see where he can go from this. I mean, how good was Deontay Wilder? You know, we all thought he wasn't a sound fighter, but he fared better against Tyson Fury than Dillian did. Dillian looked like almost like he just came out the crowd and fought that night, like he didn't even have a training camp, you know? But again, Tyson Fury, I mean, this dude is special. He's special. Like Conor Benn, that dude is special. You can just see it. And I saw early on, and I said to Andrew Tucker when we were doing the live stream, I said, I see where this is going. This is about to turn into a clinic. And sure enough, Tyson Fury was starting to feel him. You could see him playing around and, you know, doing feints and, you know, talking to him. When Tyson Fury gets in that mode, it's near impossible to beat him. You almost need a cheat code or something. Anyway, this is the J. Roos Theory. Make sure to subscribe, comment, share, like, and all that. Be fearless. LSR forever. The reason I do this, it was a great, great fight. I remember telling my mom about this fight, and she said, oh, Tyson Fury's like, she knew, like I knew, like Tyson Fury's just going to run through Dillian Whyte, and that's just what he did. But I listened to everybody that, you know, was talking about Dillian had a shot, and he's, you know, a body puncher, and he's, you know, he's got a good resume, which he does. He had a better resume than Tyson Fury, but I just knew Tyson Fury is bigger, he's taller, his ring IQ is better. Dillian's legs look like jello sometimes when he just gets nicked with a punch. I knew it was going to happen. I knew it. And I was just off by 1 round. Give me my props. Anyway, thanks for watching. Be fearless, like I said. Yay, yay.